Welcome back all the participants. We move on with the next session that will be taken by Dr. Sunita Patil, and she will be talking on the importance of feedback.
Very good morning to everybody. I'm seeing a very fresh last day. Today another 3-4 hours will be out of this hall. Right? Writing the last paper, very good example. By the end of the session, each participant should be able to understand the importance of giving feedback, describe the principles and strategies of giving effective feedback, understand the difference between feedback and evaluation. So what is feedback? Can we have some inputs? What do we mean? I think yesterday, today morning, we have been hearing feedback and you have been doing it from day one. What is feedback? It's an opinion.
It is telling about what we saw.
Telling about what we saw.
Telling about the previous sessions, how effective it was.
Opinion about something particular, about your performance, any performance. Whether it is effectively communicated. Okay. How much we remember and reproduce. Very good, sir. That is opinion, criticism and suggestion. Well organized. So it is telling how actually it went well. Telling what went well, and as sir says, we'll come to that later, how criticism and then suggestion. Okay, that is feedback. I'm sure all of us have received feedback at some point of our time. So feedback is a specific information describing students' performance in a given activity that is intended to guide their future performance in that same or the related activity. Here we are restricting this feedback. Feedback is a very vast term, it can apply to anything under the sun. But here we are applying it only to the students. How about one way? It is how we can give feedback to the students. That is why we are restricting our discussion today. So this is the student performance. So what is important here is that it should be specific. Feedback is just not this thing about, it should be very specific about particular performance. It is intended to guide, as sir said, this is about this suggestion. It is intended to guide. It's just not opinion. If I say that it was good, it was not good, I will not know what was not good. So, and it's the same or related activity of that particular action. It is very specific only on that particular action. So it occurs when the student is offered insight into what he or she actually did, as well as the consequences of his or her action. Only when we observe the performance, we can give a feedback. Without observation, we cannot. For that, we need to observe the specific action only and give a student about the consequences. Insight into that, what would have happened if this was there, what can happen about that action. So we have a small role play now. I request Dr. Patil sir and other participants for the role play. We just observe. I think for the role play scenario, go back to the last page. There is a scenario 1. All the points. So next, history, for everything she is looking into the note side, she is asking, and which should not be done. And when examining, she is not maintaining the privacy of a patient in front of everybody. She is asking for a common examination or whatever. So this is definitely an action that is observed by the teacher, and teacher wants to give a feedback. Just observe what happens, and please, there is a checklist. What I have to distribute the checklist. There is a checklist. Please go to that checklist happens with that checklist? What about the feedback? Just go through that, whether yes or no, whatever has been done. Okay? Start. Sir is a teacher and student is what?
Examining the patients. Per abdomen examination. Sir, I followed
What you are doing then?
Sir, I was just doing the examination according to the book.
You know or you don't know? What you know, what you don't know. You don't have common sense of do examination in the open world.
Sorry.
See, how is the patient? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಅಕ್ಕ ಕುಂತ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್
No.
ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್
I should have ideally used a screen.
ಏನಾರ ಬೈದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಂತ ಕುಂತ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ
I want
ಹೌ ಯು
to
ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಲರ್ನ್
I'm supposed to use a screen and then cover the legs up to the pelvic area. I'm supposed to cover it with a bed sheet.
What are the things you have done?
I've not done it.
You have not done anything. Why? Where were you yesterday? You have not read anything.
I've read, sir. I've read.
Why you are laughing? Why you are laughing? ಏನಾಗ ಜಂಪ್ ಹೊಸಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈಬಿಡ್ತೀರ ಊರಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆ
Sorry, sir. I won't repeat it again.
Next time if you do same thing, what punishment? Huh? I give different type of punishment. You are not supposed to come in the ward again.
I'm sorry, sir.
Huh? I throw you out of the campus, not out of the ward. Don't repeat it again.
Sure.
Okay. Go.
Okay. Now we have, just keep observing. We have another role play, another scenario. I think you can go back to scenario 2. Scenario 2, where I request sir. Here the scenario is that a student, there is a teacher and there is a student who is very good in her studies, very sincere student, wonderfully doing in theory examination. She has scored very well, but of late the teacher observes that she is not doing well in a clinical study. The clinical practical scores are very less, so he is worried, and that concern is there in the teacher. So he wants to find out, because such a bright, brilliant student, very good throughout, and she is very regular in her classes, but why is she not doing well? So he calls her and gives her feedback. Let's see how the session goes on.
ಸನೋಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀತಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕರೆಯಬಹುದು
So you call him up.
Yes.
Morning, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Did you have your breakfast? What is the breakfast in hostel?
Yes,
You are comfortable in hostel?
okay.
Any
Yes,
problem
sir.
is there?
Yes, sir. No problem.
I have come to know that your performance is very good in theory, like Gita, and Sham and Ram, they are good in both theory and practicals. But except you are not good in practicals. What is the reason? Please express your grievance. We can help you. There must be some problem because see, when you are performing so well in theory in all the subjects and practically only you are not doing well. I think there must be some problem. You are one of the member of the SIMS Parivar. Don't hesitate. We are here to help you. Not only teach you. Yes, come up with the problem.
Sir, actually I can't make out the difference between those hard sounds. Because the sir explained in Kannada, I didn't know the language.
Oh.
I didn't follow what love, dub, I didn't follow that.
That is the problem, language problem. You have been conducting the classes for Kannada classes. You didn't attend it?
Sir, I don't know.
You will take the Kannada class. Come to me and teach you how to communicate to the student. Any other problem?
Sir, I didn't follow actually what the teacher had taught me. I couldn't follow the difference between hard sounds.
That is the only problem.
Yes. That is why I couldn't do it in exams.
That can be solved, no problem. If you have any problem in future, come to me. God bless you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much all for faculty. So wonderfully they acted. I think they all can become very good actors. Yeah. Very natural actors. Okay. So have you observed what was happening in the first scenario and second scenario? Let us go through on the students' part what they felt in the first scenario. What did you feel, madam? When sir called you and just imagine you were a student only. How did you feel when the feedback was given to you?
I felt discouraged and humiliated, and I wouldn't approach the teacher again for, even if I have any problem, I wouldn't approach that teacher for anything. And no, I still wouldn't bunk, but I would definitely hide in the last row. I would
Did you
still
get the message? But did you get what you wanted to say?
Yeah, but more than that, I felt discouraged and humiliated more than what was supposed to
The
be.
concentration was more towards what was happening. She was insulted in front of everybody, calling, fired by a teacher, rather than what message he wanted to give. Though he gave the message, it wasn't effective. Yeah. He gave the message, but it wasn't effective. You will carry back. What you carried back was the negative aspect. Yes. That is what happens. And what happened to you? Speak from there, you can say.
Actually, when I was called as a student, I'm telling, when I was called, I was scared why the teacher called me. But when I actually entered his room, he was very cordial. He made me comfortable, and I was assured that I am not there for a scolding or something. And then he motivated me to speak. Initially, I was not very pro to come out with my problems, but he made me comfortable. And the whole thing really assured me that
What the actual problem from?
yeah, and the whole thing actually assured me that I would be able to consult him not only for my academic problems but also personal problems which I might encounter with my
So
academic career.
you also,
And he had a solution. He had a solution also.
Thank you so much. No, what about your checklist says, or what you feel, others, observers, what did you feel from this group, sir? What happened in the first group? What happened in the second group? One point. Supposed to?
Happened with the first scenario. Exactly it happened.
Actually, it is not supposed to happen. But that's the actual scenario. On all of this, all of us has informed to you. Routinely, this is what is happening. This is what is happening. We have gone through this. Here we are doing it. Somewhere. It wasn't very conducive. It wasn't very active. Next one. Anything else you observe apart from this?
scenario, what he wanted to convey, he wanted to convey the right thing, but the way in which he conveyed was not proper.
The way
He could have told it in a better way. In the second scenario,
perceptive. Do you agree? The student was all the time more worried about what he's going to shout and he's shouting at me and this. So he was convey the
he could have conveyed it in a proper way, better way.
better. So he didn't convey it. Next, anything apart from that? Any other points? Otherwise, anybody would like to share? What happened in the second group? First and second group.
The first one was too harsh, and the second one was too polite. It should be in between. As the harshness, some amount of harshness is also required, followed by the good suggestion. And too much politeness, I don't think will have an imprint on the student. Maybe for the time being it may have.
No, sir, because
but he
there's a
may not
girl, you are
improve.
very polite. And you have to be
Scenario
polite.
should be, the reality is somewhere in between rather than the two extremes.
Delivery time.
Okay, now I think though it is, as sir says, little too polite, I think, but otherwise also maybe we can reduce a little bit of because this is role play over here, actor over here. But how many of us actually think that it is really ideal? How many? Whenever we have given feedback, I have realized what I have after I have started taking the session. I attended the session and after training, and I realized how harsh I used to be. We used to call students and shout at them. Don't you know this? How many of us will think that second scenario we have given as a teacher we have been in the second scenario? Sir? Outcome of, we will just discuss that. Just observe this, we will discuss that. Outcome was, I think, very clear that first he wanted to deliver a message. Actually, he didn't have any intention to scold her. He wanted to her improvement, but then he didn't put it in a proper way. So the message was not conveyed. As the student felt, they took back the other message, negative message, rather than taking what the message was. Here, at least if you see the second, she realized and suggested some plan of actions. There was some, definitely there will be some improvement. There is an encouragement from a teacher.
The way we scored is
The way we scored. We have to be firm. We are not going to pamper them. It's not that we need to be pampered. They need scolding. We have to be firm, but there is a way for me.
depends on how the student says it.
How the students.
First important.
So at least in the beginning, if we are polite, at least they will listen. We'll go through that, whatever. Now, we'll see. Sir looks very disappointed that what everybody is pointing at me, he's scoring. He was actually he was told to do so. Sir is a very polite person. He was told to do so.
I'm very happy at least she has supported me partially.
He was asked why, but repeatedly I was telling you how to be harsh, how to be harsh. No, because we had to do the show, if we two scenarios, two different. Otherwise, sir, that is very okay. So after this, what will I do? What are the principles of giving feedback? What are some certain basic principles to be followed? How should we give a feedback? It should be timely. In the sense, it should be immediately when we observe some specific performance, it should be timely. For example, in a class we see that if we are taking a theory class and we see some students doing some visual things or something not to be done, want to give a feedback, but immediately after a class, I am not free, I have some reporting work, I have to go to this work, I have a meeting like this or whatever something, then I tell you come and meet me in the department, the student comes for 2 days and those are not there, and third or fourth day he comes and you also would have forgotten for why I had called the student. And the students also, the effect goes off if you do that. And then even if you remember, that day in my class you were doing like this, the effect doesn't remain. So immediately it has to be done. Even in the during wars, rounds, whatever, it should be at least call them separately, spare some 5, it doesn't take much time. Spare some 5 minutes and give a feedback. It has to be immediate. That is timing is very important. Then it has to be done in an appropriate setting. Like you saw in the first scenario, we got there only. the ward itself, and he fired at the student. In front of the patients, in front of other students, if we shout or if we tell, they may not, students will not be receptive. Because their mind is all the time manipulated and something others are saying. They are not looking into what the message is being conveyed. They are all the time they are looking what the patient will think, what the attendants will think, what my colleagues will think. In that. So call them separately in an appropriate setting. It should be in a very conducive environment where they will be very receptive, like you saw in the second scenario, we made a comfortable sit. Probably we may not do that. Sitting and all is okay, fine. At least we should be in a position where they will come out with that. Be assured that we are with you, I am with you, I understand your problem. Just show that the students will come up with a problem or they will be receptive to what we say. Then focus on the positive. First, whenever we call, whenever we start giving a feedback, focus on positive first. Remember that each student, each one of us has some positive point, even including our student. There will be definitely some, if you have observed, there will be something positive. Even in the first scenario, though she was not maintaining the privacy of the patient, she was doing it correctly. But only thing is, certain professionalism was not maintained. So focus on that positive. Observe that, you are doing so well. In the second scenario, you saw that sir said, you are doing so well in your theory. You are doing excellent. Very good student. So encourage them. If you start with a positive note, students' minds open and they will be receptive. Or else they close off their mind and whatever we say after that will be of no use. It's a waste of time for us, waste of time for them. So focus on the positive first and be specific and goal oriented. What is this? Is this the behavior you are going to do? What behavior is this? Which behavior you are doing? You have to be specific. What was the thing? Because students may not realize their own mistakes. Many times we also have got scoldings. We didn't do it intentionally. Students don't do it intentionally. They may not realize the importance of that. Then if they shout, why did he shout? He shouted and we went. Many times has it not happened? So we should be specific on what performance. See, you were doing examination. That was right, but you could have maintained the privacy, which was wrong. So you be very specific, so that goal oriented, so that is intended for the future improvement. So that for that particular point, the student will improve next. Be descriptive, non-judgmental. What do we mean by this? Being non-judgmental. Be descriptive, non-judgmental means what? Unbiased, prefixed ideas, prejudiced,
and whenever working that situation,
assess. Don't come to the judgment and suddenly that you are so rude to the patient, so horrible. You are so harsh to the patient. So those terms, you are so useless. Useless fellow, get out of the ward. I send you out of the ward. Don't we do that? Many times we have faced it somewhere like this. So that useless fellow means like it's something judgmental and totally useless for that. It's not, it's only for that particular. So don't use the terms, don't be judgmental about the personality. See, when we say something about judgmental, some terms like this, it applies to that whole personality. Let us not attack their personality, it's only that particular action. Because the student is good in other things, only that particular action. And every student, let us remember that they are not totally evil. They have something positive. They are doing good in something. Definitely that is there. Let us focus on that and encourage. Let us encourage them. Then be constructive. What do you mean by this constructive? Positive, encouragement, assurance, make them improve. It should have something to make them improve. Like sir said, it should have constructive criticism and plan of action. Suppose you tell me after the end of the session, madam, your session was very good. Suppose, no imagination. Suppose you tell me, I don't know what was good. Good means what? Suppose you tell me, ma'am, it was okay, but okay. See, there was something like what was not good. You are giving me a feedback that it wasn't that good. But what was not good, I don't know. So it doesn't help me in my further improvement. So if you tell me, suppose, ma'am, your slides were, suppose, they are good, okay. Suppose the slides were not good. In the sense you could have improved, you could have changed the contrast, or you could have increased the font. that could have increased the visibility. Whatever, is specific to tell them. Everything was okay, maybe your slides could have been improved. That was that. Then that gives a constructive criticism, or you give me a constructive feedback. There should also be a plan of action. Suggest some plan of action. You could have done this better. And many a times, yesterday somebody we saw that you can include the participants for the role play, and that's what we did today. So that is, that is intended for our. So suggest a plan of action. Constructive is done. They allow learners. Many a times we do that. We call them, we fire or we tell them. We won't ask them what it is, what they feel, what were their problems, why did they do it. We never. Why should we do it? Why allow the learners input is, they feel that when you listen to them, they feel that, oh, when sir is with me, madam is with me, they are at least ready to listen me, I can open up, I can get what the problem is. Allow them. And attentive listening is important. Even when we allow them, you have to, sometimes students, they don't come out to the point. You have to beat around the bush, they will not tell, and then they go out telling them some story, otherwise they start. If you ask them some problem, they will be waiting for someone to ask the problem. Oh, madam is answering my problem, let me tell, and they will not tell the story. And we then, okay, you tell me, you leave about that, you tell me now this one, I am not talking about that. Let us have some patience. Because once we listen to them attentively, they feel that, okay, I can open up to this person can help me. To get that confidence in a teacher. So these are the principles of giving effective feedback. Having a good body language does matter. Definitely we all agree when we speak, it does matter to us. The two extremes should be avoided when we give a feedback. This is a damaging feedback. There is something called a damaging feedback, that is feedback that is highly judgmental, negative, malicious and harmful. Ill-considered, can be damaging to the recipient with no advantage gained, as nothing is there. Exactly what we saw in the first scenario, it was damaging. The teacher intended to give something, but it was not carried back to the student. So it was very much judgmental. You are so harsh. Don't you know this? How are you doing this? So the student was not receptive. Though the feedback was given, it was not useful, not effective. Nothing was done. That is damaging. Then there is something called as vanishing feedback. This is when the tough or difficult feedback is avoided. Rather than confronting the issues, the clinical teacher skirts around the edges and fails to deliver the message that needs to be heard. This is the problem with a teacher, that many a times PGs, maybe because they don't score PGs as much as they score UGs, undergraduates, because we think that sometimes they come in